Hey Jimmy Chess, I restarted this live stream and I want to do record. I was planning on doing a physical premiere video, but I decided to go live since the video is 21 hours and 46 minutes. So if you enjoy this video, hit the like button and hit that subscribe button. Let's get to it.
When a girl named Pershka records a video in her kitchen, the purpose of the video is to show an ice machine that she recently purchased, as there's something about it that creeps her out. The ice maker, according to her, makes a very strange noise during the late hours of the night. So one night, as the ice machine makes its unusual noise, Pershka heads over to the kitchen to record the sound. But as she records this video, something pretty creepy is caught on camera. What was supposed to be a short, random video turned out to be a terrifying clip that Pershka has recently taken down for unknown reasons. She didn't say why she took down the clip, but it seems that the video itself says it all. Have a look.
Let's go back to that. It looks like a little stick figure.
Like a scene out of a horror movie, Pershka walks into the kitchen and captures for just a split second the figure of a little girl.
There's a figure of a little girl.
Even creepier is that whoever this was just disappears as soon as the lights turn on. It's for this reason that viewers believe she had taken down the clip, as otherwise it would continue to remind her of this disturbing incident. Whatever was captured has left her extremely unsettled. Even though this video was taken a few years ago, it is still unknown as to whether or not Pershka had captured something paranormal on camera.
No 7.
In the early 2000s, there used to be an abandoned asylum in Massachusetts known as Danvers State Hospital. Before shutting down in 1992, the asylum had an estimate of 3,000 patients, all of whom were severely mentally ill and poorly treated. Nurses who used to work here recall seeing horrifying things that continue to haunt them to this day. From patients walking around in their own filth due to a lack of basic hygiene, to patients receiving forced lobotomies that would often leave them in a much worse state than before. Employees of the Danvers State Hospital are haunted by these terrible memories. However, aside from the past, the asylum is infamous for being extremely creepy. After shutting down in 1992, teens would come here after hearing rumors that the building was haunted. Although this next video wasn't taken by a trespassing teen, it was taken by a curious security guard back in 2000 whose job was to look after the historic building. But little did he know that he would capture something very strange while exploring the basement of the asylum. Take a look.
Let's get a guard take on the video ways. Walking.
It's a bit hard to see at first, but as the night guard pans the camera to a room inside the basement,
there's the
shadowy figure can be seen moving slowly inside. The guard doesn't notice the figure until much later after rewatching the footage. Naturally, he was left shaken up after seeing what appears to be a slender-looking silhouette walking further into the room as if trying to hide from him. Mind you, the basement of this building is completely inaccessible to outsiders, so there's no way that a trespasser could have been inside. It's no wonder that viewers believe something supernatural was captured. But of course, the question is begged, just what exactly was caught on camera? Whether ghost or not, it remains a mystery as to what was captured.
No 6.
Now the following video was submitted to me by someone who has no idea where the video came from. Its original source is unknown, but despite its mysterious origins, the clip is sufficiently creepy on its own. The video seems to have come from a CCTV camera that was placed in front of a driveway.
That's creepy. I got some scary cameras I'll be putting up on my house.
In utter disbelief, the property owner sees the two strangers disappear without a trace. Clearly, there had been two individuals standing outside, but somehow, they vanish as soon as the lights are flashed again. Now, how exactly this happened is something viewers can't seem to explain, and with little info on this clip, the video becomes even more mysterious. If two strangers were seen on camera, then how is it possible that they suddenly disappeared?
They're probably ghosts. No 5.
In the following video, a man is woken up after hearing strange noises inside his apartment. The man lives alone, so he finds it alarming to hear what sounds like an intruder inside his home. He quickly grabs his phone and begins to record. Strangely, the sound of footsteps can be heard coming from above, as though someone is in the attic. Now, the man in this video is known as Nick Long, and it wasn't until the next morning that he decided to leave from the safety of his room to investigate the attic space. He treads carefully as to avoid any physical confrontations.
After this video, I'll be jumping to my SS Night States channel and back to also SS Night States video for content.
As Nick looks around and checks every corner, he sees that no one is there. Not even traces of a person, such as footprints, can be found anywhere. This was definitely strange. But Nick doesn't really think much of it, since plenty of other strange things have happened before inside his apartment. Though, it would be a few nights later when the strangest encounter happens. Nick is once again woken up by strange noises from his attic. Only this time, he decides to check it out as it happens. Needless to say, what's captured here is pretty spooky. Watch. The door to the attic somehow opens on its own as soon as Nick approaches it. Feeling spooked, Nick is completely unsettled by this incident. It's now apparent that something strange is going on. But as if things couldn't get any more creepy, the following night, Nick is recording his dog when he captures this.
What was that?
kind of looks like the dog the Sunskin son are looking at. Sun unseen.
Nick's dog immediately goes in high alert. His dog is sensing something that doesn't appear to be there. It's as though he senses something dangerous. With all that's happened before, Nick believes that something isn't right with this apartment. He believes it might be haunted and thinks that the attic might have something to do with this. Whether ghost or not, he's deeply unsettled by this incident.
Maybe someone before him died in the attic.
Despite living somewhere else now, he can't seem to forget the strange events that
No one be behind that apartment.
have happened there. So then, just what exactly was going on inside Nick's apartment? Like most videos, this one remains a mystery.
No photo.
This next video was recorded.
Stupid ad. Come on. Hold on.
Recorded by security cam.
No way, it's back. It was taking its time.
Camera inside an apartment complex. Not much is known about this video, except that it came from this residential building where the little girl and her family reside. The video starts off with footage of the young girl playing by a stair what appears to be a small room. The little girl can be seen staring at something inside the room, but nothing noticeable can be seen on footage. Or at least, that's what the child's parents initially thought. It was only after watching this video multiple times that the parents were left horrified. Something was actually captured inside this room. Take a look.
There's a hand right here.
It now becomes clear as to why the little girl seemed hesitant to go inside. A disembodied hand can be seen beckoning to the girl. It almost seems to come out of nowhere, before disappearing into thin air. Even the cat who later joins the girl seems unsure about going inside. Whatever this might have been, was concerning enough to make them reluctant about entering the space. This mysterious footage, like most videos, has yet to be solved. But until then, you be the judge on what was captured inside this room. On August 23rd of 2023, George Cruz and his wife had just finished making dinner and were heading towards the living room to eat their meal. The couple sit close to each other while watching their favorite TV program. As minutes pass, it appears that nothing strange is happening in this footage. But fast forward to just a few more seconds, and something happens that scares the living daylights out of the couple. Prior to this incident, George and his wife had been experiencing strange occurrences inside their house, before having to document any of their own. Over time, the activity has become so intense that the couple has asked for
I won't go back to sleep if I hear those. Something unseen false whispering.
help from those who specialize in the paranormal. It was recommended that they set up cameras around their home to capture evidence of the so-called paranormal activity, so the couple act accordingly. Weirdly enough, they were also told to get rid of a certain item inside their house.
This chair has 666 on it. Maybe that's why it's haunted. Yes, the chair has 666. That's the devil's symbol. That's the number. That's the number to open a portal to hell. That's technically a portal to hell if something has 666 on it.
George and his wife own an old rocking chair, and apparently, this chair is the source behind all the activity. So the couple does exactly that by selling it. And surprisingly, a buyer has taken an interest in purchasing the chair. The couple holds onto the chair until the buyer comes over to pick it up sometime next week. But in the meantime, something very strange is captured on their cameras. No one is home when this is captured.
The devil is walking back and forth in that chair. Damn. Hold on.
Eerily, the chair begins to rock back and forth before somehow other objects inside the house move on their own. Although terrified by what was captured, the couple is glad they had caught this. They can now show this video to those who've doubted their claims. However, this wouldn't be the only footage they'd be showing, because as of recent, more activity has been caught on camera. Not long after this video, the following incident was captured. Take a look.
Come on.
Now, moments before an object falls down, the camera pans over to the shelf as though sensing movement in that area. What's weird about this, though, is that it sensed it before the DVD case had fallen on its own. Now, one could say that the camera picked up movement from the TV.
That's a camera that has motion sensor can't pick up anything on TV.
If that were so, then the camera would have already moved earlier, given that there were things moving on the screen way before the camera had moved. It seems like this was a random occurrence, unless it was sensing something else. The couple continued to document these strange occurrences in the hopes that someone could explain what's happening. Ultimately, their goal is to stop the activity. But until then, it seems they'll continue to share more footage of this unusual situation.
Hey, I had a to-go order.
I think that you're in my history class, right?
Yeah, I recognize you.
Stupid ad.
In the following video, a man is alone at home when he realizes that the lights in his basement won't turn on. Feeling a bit scared, he walks down into the cellar with caution. According to him, it's not the darkness that scares him, but the basement itself. From time to time, noises such as footsteps or the sound of someone walking back and forth can be heard coming from inside. This often happens when no one else is at home. Now, the man had had this experience previously, but it was at his job. He works as a grave digger, and oftentimes, after placing a coffin inside a freshly dug grave, he would feel as though someone else was there with him. Although unable to explain this unusual sensation, it would be the following incident that leaves him extremely baffled. The man checks the basement to see why the lights aren't turning on, but he checks carefully because, as he states, he just heard the sound of footsteps walking about as though someone is down there. Be sure to pay close attention, as what was captured wasn't noticed until looking closely. This is what was caught.
At the moment, in the basement, I swear I keep hearing someone walk. I don't know exactly what it is.
That someone had broken in and quickly hid away from the man. Or might this be something completely different? If you caught something creepy on camera, or if there's any ghost videos you'd like me to check out and include in the next compilation, you can send them over to scaryvideos444@gmail.com. That being said, let's get back to the video. Unless they were invited to see this.
Looks like a shadow figure.
I don't think it's happy we're here. Holy dude, there's...
Initially, a strange shadow can be seen peeking from a corner. The man, whose name is Wynn, doesn't notice it until much later, after feeling a sudden drop in temperature. The room suddenly becomes cold when out of nowhere, the small figure is seen by Wynn. Apley hides away as if frightened by whatever this was, but as if things couldn't get any creepier, then maybe it's best to completely relocate from this place. But until further info is given to clarify this incident, it seems that we won't know for sure as to who or even what was inside this restaurant. Thanks for watching.
Well, there was a video, and I'll be going to my SS Night Stage channel.